In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the brand new LEGO Star Wars Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit. This, of course, is going to be a LEGO Star Wars set releasing on August 1st of the new year with a whopping price of $80. In today's video, I'm going to take a full look at the minifigures, the Sarlacc Pit, the Desert Skiff, and of course my full thoughts, as well as, is this set really worth the $80 price tag it carries? Before we continue with today's video, I will let you know this set was sent over and gifted by the LEGO group, but in no way or form is that going to steer my opinions on this set. So without further ado, if that interests you, stick around, hit that subscribe button if you're new, like today's video, and let's jump straight on into it. Step one, let's take a look at the box. You guys know I'm a sucker for a LEGO box, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty impressed with the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars, the anniversary boxes. I love that very turquoise light blue. I don't even know what to call it. Regardless, I think it looks real good on some of the box arts. Now, it is stamped with the 25-year anniversary for LEGO Star Wars, and of course, being so, we are going to get an exclusive minifigure. In this case, it is Nien Nunb, which we'll take a look at in a little bit. Now, it doesn't have the price and it doesn't have the piece count on there, but that's simply because this is going to be a European box art being sent over from the LEGO Ambassador Network. But this set does come with 558 pieces, as in also I mentioned that it does have a retail price of $80. If we go ahead and flip this box around, it shows the depiction of the actual LEGO set, and you can see Lando falling off the skiff there. We got Boba Fett getting eaten inside the Sarlacc pit. It does have some movement and availability there, and then has a a little ramp that Luke can go off of. But enough about the box, let's take a look at the actual set. We are going to get 6 minifigures in this LEGO set, and starting with the first one, we have the 25-year anniversary LEGO Star Wars plaque, which of course is printed, and inclusion of this set is going to be the Nien Nunb minifigure. This of course is getting a new molded headpiece, and I, for the most part, think it looks really good. So I'm really excited to get this minifigure, as are a bunch of other Star Wars fans. So I'm pretty excited to see everyone open this up and add this minifig to their collection. The next minifigure included in the lot is going to be Luke Skywalker. He comes with this hairpiece in a very light desert tan color. He does have a dual printed face, so 2 different expressions you can include on that minifigure. And for the most part, has a printed torso and a printed leg piece. No arm printing, but for the most part, a solid looking Luke Skywalker minifigure. In some of the old LEGO Star Wars Desert Skiff and Sarlacc sets, we've seen a guard. This is a different type of guard. This is actually Lando Calrissian, and inside his mask, you can see Lando there. I believe he does have the dual printed face, so for the most part, it is a really exceptionally good minifigure. I do like his leg printing. I thought that was one of my favorite features, and of course, the helmet piece overall, looking really detailed. Moving forward, our next minifigure is going to be a Boba Fett. He does have his helmet holes for his different attachments. He has arm printing, a jetpack, both arms, of course, being printed, leg printing, and torso as well. So overall, a solid Boba Fett, but I will say it is no different from the one inside of the mech. The next minifigure is going to be Han Solo. I do like the touch of having the handcuffs, and we also have handcuffs for the Chewbacca, but I didn't display it like that for multiple reasons, because Chewbacca is a little exceptional for this set, but we'll get into that in just a second. Looking at Han Solo, he does have just brown leg piece and then a printed torso. His head figure looks pretty solid, of course, having the dual printed face. Overall, it's a nice addition to the set. Pretty solid minifig lineup so far. Let's take a look at the last minifig. Now, I will say this one is going to look a little strange from my set, and I'll have to go off the box, but we do get the last minifig as Chewbacca. However, for me, this is the first time I've ever got a misprinted LEGO minifigure. It's pretty crazy. It's actually super rare, and this misprint is probably one of the coolest ones I've actually seen after looking into some of the lore. This is the Chewbacca, and you can see his face is printed on the back of his Wookiee mold, and it's actually a lot lower than where the print should be. And there's his actual molded face, and he has his bullet strap there that should be printed on his back and in the opposite direction. If you really look into the mold, you could see the texture of those of those pieces, and they should have been printed on there. But anyways, if you go ahead and look at the back of the Wookiee, there's his face print on his like lower back. It's actually really funny. I don't know how to display the minifig. Should I display him with his face, which is actually the back, or should I display him like this where there's just no printing on him? Regardless, I will show the box art here of the minifig Chewbacca that you're supposed to get. I'm assuming this is just a one-of-one copy that I got. Again, I'm gonna call myself extremely lucky to get a misprint like that, but that is the actual Chewbacca one would get when buying this Lego set. But so far for the $80 spend inside of this Lego set, the minifigures for me definitely do it. The 6 minifigs, one being of course the 25-year anniversary. It definitely kind of already justifies the price point a little, but we'll talk about that more in just a little bit. Let's take a look at the actual Desert Skiff. I'll be honest, when I was building this, we built it live with you guys, kind of gave my review a little bit while building it. And I was pretty impressed with this Desert Skiff. It has so many cool little details. It's actually overall size is pretty big, where you can add basically almost every minifigure from the inclusion of this set, and I feel like it is well justified on the space. So like for me, that is something I thoroughly enjoyed, just the overall space that this set includes. Taking a further look, this is the back hull of the Skiff. I really like the inclusion of all these translucent pieces. That way you could actually display this set and not just leave it on the ground. I thought that's a great touch. You know, we've definitely seen some of these in the years past. If you go ahead and have this play feature here, and we have the, when I showed it underground, you can see this whole pin here kind of moves, and it's basically like a walking plank for, you know, as displayed on the box, Luke Skywalker jumping off. I thought it was a very detailed like inclusion. It looks awesome when you're displaying this set, and I like how like crafty it is and how well they designed it. On top of that, you have this railing that does just kind of open. It's nothing crazy, but it's nice inclusion to have a little bit more access into like showing off some of your minifigures. From a top view of the Skiff, the overall design of it I think looks fantastic. The one thing that is kind of weary on me are these like roundish, well, these are technically like the straight tube pieces. You can see that they just don't bend like in uniform, so putting stress on those, I'm sure these are going to have some wear over time. So if you don't want to see Lego stressed out, well, this is probably not the set for you, because there's definitely some strain on those little like straw like pieces. But anyways, the Skiff is a solid addition to the set. Let's take a look at the Sarlacc pit. I will definitely argue this is the way to display the Sarlacc pit, because if you go ahead and rotate it around, it's got these two little knobs with Technic pins, and you can kind of have a little play feature like someone's about to swallow our Boba Fett minifigure. And of course, the Boba Fett minifigure does fit inside, which obviously makes sense in recollection with the movie. Of course, you would have to take off the his visor piece here, and of course his blaster. But overall, the pit itself, I would say, is arguably very detailed. It's got all like those teeth looking thing. It looks pretty menacing and scary, and then the texture build around of it overall has just a beautiful little look to it. Go ahead and flip it around the way you probably would display this set. It looks super sleek. You could definitely build like a nice little mock scene around this in the middle of a desert. It establishes what it needs to be. I will argue that something like this is not for me in my personal Lego collection. I just have no idea where on earth I would display this or anything like that. But if you're super drawn to this movie in particular, or this scene, I could definitely see why this is a have-to-have in anyone's collection. But enough talking about the details and play features of this Lego set. Let's honestly talk about the reason we're buying this. We're probably buying this set for the minifigures, and for the $80 price point to get 6 minifigures is definitely a little bit higher in the price tag. So for me, 80 bucks is definitely a little steep. Now, I will say it's pretty easy to say there's definitely rumors of a set that's yes, like the barge that potentially might come out in the future. I have no recollection of what is going to be produced in the future, but it definitely plays into the hands that Lego would probably make this set to go along with that one in the future. Of course, this is definitely a good buy in the sense that you don't have a Desert Skiff and Sarlacc pit, but for the $80 price tag, I definitely would recommend maybe waiting, because it seems that the price of Lego has been super inflated lately, and I think this set with the 25-year anniversary stamp on it is subject to that. But with that being said, this set was definitely on my list to get because I was collecting all the 25-year anniversary Lego Star Wars sets. I just, however, was going to wait for a Lego deal and wasn't planning to buy it absolute day one. But regardless, this was still an amazing build. I hope my review gave you and showcased exactly my thoughts inside of it. Of course, getting all the minifigs, probably the most focal point. Obviously, this one's a little bit different with the misprint Chewbacca, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is $80 too steep for this set? Is it just right? I'm always interested in that because, you know, we are a LEGO deals channel, so kind of contemplating on the deals and like MSRP prices of sets is definitely something I'm very intrigued of. Anyways, a massive thank you again to LEGO for setting this. I had an absolute joy building it live with you guys on the channel, and I think you guys did as well. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up. Love you guys. I'm Chrislo from Stud City. I hope to see you guys back in a future LEGO Star Wars review video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.